What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. All right, check this out. I'm pretty sure you guys are already aware of this whole Disney Reedy Creek bribery scandal that's been going on. It's been all over YouTube, all over social media. I saw Valliant Renegade and Legal Mindset had a great breakdown of the whole situation. Definitely, you guys can check that out for the down and the dirty. I'll actually leave a link in the description for that if you haven't seen that video. It's a really good breakdown of the whole situation and what's going on and how bad, how much trouble Disney is in right now. Because let's face it, Disney just got caught with their hand in the cookie jar, and they got a whole lot of cookie crumbs on that hand, and they like, oh shit, we are in deep trouble. And what's really interesting is not even so much the trouble that they're in, because listen, we kind of know that corporations be getting away with murder a lot of times. We understand that. But what's really interesting are the people's reactions to that. Most people are against corporate malfeasance, all right? Like corporate fraud and bribery, especially when it's like combining it with a government. It's like, this is just all the way bad, We shouldn't be seeing that kind of stuff in this country. But it's funny how people will react to that when it's not their side doing it. Now, before I get to that, let me jump just kind of to the finer points of this situation and go over that. So it starts out talking about how the Central Florida Tourism Oversight Board, a Ron Desantis staffed entity, they had to point that out, right? They basically got a report saying, yeah, the Walt Disney World's actions are pretty much akin to bribery. A 90-page document, a fusillade of allegations that's going to be brought up at the board tomorrow, along with exhibits meant to show how Disney co-opted officials of Reedy Creek with season passes and other perks. And of course, they want to bring up, it's amid a legal battle between the company and the Florida governor, trying to make it sound like this is the reason why all of this happens is because Disney and Ron DeSantis are in a little bit of a skerfuffle. That's the reason why this is all going down. So here's what it says. What is now evident is that Disney not just controlled the Reedy Creek Improvement District, but did so by effectively purchasing loyalty. The vast majority of employees at the RCID were hardworking to do their jobs and were diligent in doing so. Nonetheless, because of the decisions made by the RCID management and the Board of Supervisors, their work was tainted with the appearance of impropriety. As comprehensively documented within, for years, the company treated district employees like Disney employees by, for instance, providing complimentary annual passes and steep discounts, benefits, and perks that were akin to bribes. Not surprisingly then, the district employees believed it was their job to prioritize the interests of Disney. Basically, they were paying them off, okay? They were giving these cats who are supposed to be government officials. These are people that work for the government. They're not supposed to work for Disney, all right? This is a government district, the RCID, all right? This is like basically Disney, if you have like a city council or something, like think of it like that. You got like a little city council that looks over, your city and making sure this and that. Then all of a sudden, here comes a business dropping into town and saying, yeah, I got a little bread for you. I got a bread for you. Here goes some discount passes. Here goes some tickets to the game. They just lacing up the city council with all kinds of stuff. Like put it in that vein and you'll see how bad this is. It's like, wait a minute, you guys are giving these cats annual passes and stuff, right? Benefits and perks that were basically akin to bribes. They're not just akin to bribes, they are bribes. That's exactly what they are. They're basically saying like, yeah, they treated the district employees like Disney employees. Again, this is the kind of stuff that we don't like in this country, okay? We don't like seeing, corporations bribing government officials or the flip reverse, government officials using their influence, right? To get something from a corporation. We don't like it either way. But, I'm going to get to it, man, because people are just blind to the facts, right? It goes on to say, the report also says control over the inner workings of the district was exercised in additional ways. For instance, contract offers were sent out only to a closed list of approved bidders. Not only was there no way for new businesses to enter the mix, no mechanism existed to determine whether the district was receiving the services rendered at fair market prices. They had no idea if they were overpaying for the services. This is like straight up, this is like hood politics. This is what happens in the hood all the time. Like all of these cats that are mayors and city councilmen in the hood, I'm telling you right now, this probably happens everywhere, but I'm just going to give you my experience just seeing how this stuff goes down in the hood. Man, the whole city council's on the take. You know what I'm saying? They all on the take. I remember this one situation where the mayor and like 4 people in my city, Carson, right? They all got busted for fraud and they all ended up going to jail because there was a trash company that was coming in and they saying, hey, you know, we want that contract. We'll slide y'all a little bit of paper, you know, put us on the short list, you know? So it's like these cats was only on a list of like 2 people. And basically they just gave the deal to them. And on the back end, they got a little kickback. There you go. We got something for you. All right. You get a bribe. You get a bribe. You get a bribe. That's basically what they were doing over there at Disney. Man, this is like hood politics, man. This is the hood dudes that does this all the time, man. Again, I'm pretty sure it happens in other parts of the country as well. But people used to be pissed about this type of stuff, okay? You doing this type of crap, you costing, basically, if you're not paying fair market prices, you're costing your taxpayers money. That's what's basically happening here. The taxpayers got to foot the bill because, oh, well, you could have possibly got this, you know, little trash contract or whatever the situation is. You could have got this for $20 million cheaper. There was a guy bidding for that at $20 million less than what you ended up paying for it. But guess who's going to ultimately pay for that? You up in our taxes, you know? So that's what's crazy about that situation. And then it says a Disney spokesperson called the report an exercise in revisionist history. It is neither objective nor credible and only seeks to advance CFTOD's interest in its wasteful litigation that could derail investment within the district. Y'all gonna invest. Don't even try. They trying to say this stuff. Oh, it's only gonna delay and derail the investment. We was gonna put so much money into this thing. You're still gonna do it. Walt Disney World in Orlando is the biggest thing Disney got right now. It's like the only thing the company really is doing right, you know, in terms of making money. You know, it can't make money in the box office. Disney Plus is losing its ass. You know, ESPN ain't what it used to be. Yeah, get out of here with that crap. All right. Further, it does not change the fact that the CFTOD board was appointed by the governor to punish Disney for exercising its constitutional right to free speech. I tell you, man, I cannot wait. I cannot wait for this trial to get started, okay? Because Disney is barking up the wrong tree when it comes to freedom of speech. You know, they have every right to come in there and yank the plug on your little special district, you know? Well, I'm amazed that people are falling for this crap, but they are absolutely falling for it. Let me get to the point that I wanted to talk about. And of course, that's courtesy of the Deadline comments. Now, like I said, normally, most people are against corporate greed, corporate malfeasance, bribery, scandals, all that kind of stuff, especially when it's dealing with the government. Most people are very much against that, right? Except when it's not your side that catches it. You know, if it was a Democrat or somebody on the liberal left that caught these guys with their hands in the cookie jar, automatically you know, oh yeah, nah, they did the right thing. You know, well done, governor, well done, mayors or whoever, you know, you caught them, good. Screw these greedy companies trying to take advantage of the little man and take advantage of the government. That's taxpayer money. They would be saying all the same things that I'm saying right now. But of course, when it's not your side, you know, and when your political enemy is caught him, look at this. Florida, you wanted red, you got it. Now you're going to have to shell out a lot more green thanks to your supposedly pro-business party and their fragile man-baby, ego-driven leaders. This is what they say. This is what they say. They attack the people that are catching the corporate greed and the fraud and the bribery and the malfeasance. That's what they're doing. I just find it hilarious. Like, what? Pick a side. All right, come on. But that just shows you again, people are not principled. That people are not principled. They fly and float whichever way the wind is blowing. Oh, my political enemy has caught some bad guys doing bad guy stuff. Shame on them for catching them doing bad guy stuff. You know, you should let them all go free. Just, no, don't even, you know, drop the lawsuits and all of that. But again, if it's their guy, they want to hold that company to the absolute letter of the law. Nail them to the cross. No, they're the worst things ever. But yeah, now these guys are like all pro Disney and all pro big business and big corporations. It's hilarious. And this guy is the right response. Taking special privileges away from a corporation is better for open competition, which is pro business and anti-government sanctioned monopoly, e.g. the textbook definition of fascism. These people are always crying about fascism. And it's like, oh, y'all okay with fascism when it's Disney and when it's your buddies though, right? It's ridiculous, man. Yeah, look at this next one. This next one is even worse, man. Wasting even more taxpayer dollars to justify a decision that's going to cost Florida taxpayers, and specifically Reedy Creek area resident taxpayers, more tax money to pick up the over $1 billion tab that Disney used to shoulder to be able to run the fire department, police departments, and services and works to maintain the standards they keep for their part. I mean, this whole first paragraph, not to mention the rest of this trash. Okay, I'm not going to read it all, but it's just a bunch of bullshit. Again, why are you so concerned about Disney? It was okay for Disney to just run amok and get away with all kinds of bribery. It's like, they're not even running like they're not following the rules that have been set so that there's fair play in the marketplace. They're going to monopolize the marketplace. They're only going to bring their guys in, all right? And they get to run like it's their own little country. And everybody's okay with that. Again, they wouldn't be okay with it, again, if it was somebody else that busted them. If it was somebody else that busted them, good job, good job, good job. That's basically what's going on here. I just find it amazing that this is the mindset for, people, again, not principled. They don't care about corporate greed when, Ron Desantis busted. Oh, no, Ron Desantis shouldn't be catching corporate greed. You're just doing this because Disney said this and that about the parental rights and education bill. Well, to be honest with you, that's kind of where it did start, Yeah, you remember, this was Disney's statement. Florida's HB 1557 should have never passed and should have never been signed into law. Disney said in the statement, our goal as a company is for this law to be repealed by the legislature or struck down in the courts, and we remain committed to supporting the national and state organizations working to achieve that. So basically, they're saying, yeah, we're going to insinuate ourselves as a company into Florida state law. That's what we're going to do. You see, and again, that was their mistake. Remember, Bob Chapek had came to Ron DeSantis and say, hey, man, Ron, I'm not even really trying to do this. I got talked into it by my stupid woke employees. Yeah, you shouldn't have did that, And Ron was trying to tell Bob Chapek, yeah, Bob, you don't want these problems, bro. You don't really want to go through this because this is not going to end well for you. And it didn't, it didn't end well for them. It didn't end well for Disney. Now they can't control their own little district anymore. Again, when you're getting like special privileges and you getting over, yeah, it's best just to kind of fly under the radar, Don't sit up there banging the gong and letting everybody know what you think. Like, no, just fly under the radar. Keep your mouth shut. You're already getting a nice little sweetheart deal. But nope, okay, you guys want to open your mouths? Yeah, Ron's like, all right, let's start digging in to see what's going on over here. Everything on the up and up, Disney? You doing everything right? Everything look good over here? Hey, if you guys are all on the up and up, nothing to worry about. But if what? Oh, we bribing people. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, again, we're going to be against bribes. I'm sorry.
You're just doing this because we spoke out against the parental rights and education.
Well, hey, you guys are doing the wrong thing, Hey, whatever. You can say whatever it is that you want to say, but we got the district, all right? It's ours now. It's not yours anymore. And let's start taking a look at all of this stuff, this appearance of impropriety, all of the freebies, the complimentary annual passes, the discounts, the benefits and perks that were akin to bribes. Yeah, let's start taking a look at some of that stuff. If you guys had kept your mouth shut, we wouldn't probably be looking at this. Or maybe if we looked at it, we would have brought y'all in. All right, man, hey, look, y'all been doing some dirty business, but hey, let's try to fix this up, okay? You know how the government is. I, for one, am actually happy that this has happened. I'm glad that this is happening. Not just because it's Disney, but because I can't stand when you got government officials, just getting involved and fiddling around with a corporation and, trying to make sure that the corporation is getting what it needs. Everybody's like washing each other's hands. I can't stand that crap. Let the marketplace deal fairly with each other. Don't set the marketplace up tilted in one side or another. Give somebody an advantage. Don't do that. I can't stand when that crap happens. It happens all the time. But anyway, folks, you guys let me know what you think about this situation. Again, I'm glad it's happening. Good. If Disney had kept their mouth shut, yeah, it probably would have been able to float this around, or at least things wouldn't have been as bad as they are now. But yeah, you know what? You open up your mouth, you start shooting it off. Hey, sometimes, you got to deal what you got to deal with. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think. Jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. And thanks for watching. See you next time.